Have you ever caught yourself endlessly scrolling through social media, consuming video after video, only to realize hours have passed and you can barely remember what you've seen? That mental fog you're experiencing isn't just in your head, or maybe it is, quite literally. Welcome to what Oxford Dictionary has just crowned as their word of the year 2024, brain rot. In a fascinating turn of events, this term emerged victorious through an extensive selection process that involved more than 37,000 people voting over 2 weeks starting November 14th. Competing against terms like demure, slop, dynamic pricing, romantasy, and lore, brain rot resonated deeply with our collective digital anxiety, reflecting a growing concern about how we consume content in the modern age. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. While you might think this is just another piece of Gen Z slang, the term brain rot has a surprisingly rich history. In 1854, amid the Industrial Revolution, Henry David Thoreau penned these prophetic words in his masterpiece, Walden. While England endeavors to cure the potato rot, will not any endeavor to cure the brain rot? Who could have imagined that 170 years later, his words would become more relevant than ever? Fast forward to 2024, and brain rot has evolved to describe something very specific: the deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, particularly resulting from overconsumption of trivial or unchallenging online content. The surge in its usage is staggering, a 230% increase between 2023 and 2024. But what exactly are we talking about when we say unchallenging content? Let's dissect the modern manifestations of brain rot. It's in the mindless consumption of viral series like the Skibidi Toilet videos by Alexei Gerasimov, featuring those bizarre humanoid toilets. It's in the endless stream of only in Ohio memes referencing increasingly absurd incidents. It's in the split-screen sludge content that floods our social media feeds. And it's in the emerging language patterns, terms like skibidi, riz, gyat, phoneme-tax, and sigma, that have become the vernacular of the digital age. The impact on our brains is more serious than you might think. Research shows that children aged 14 to 17 who are high users of screens are twice as likely to be diagnosed with depression or anxiety. Studies have documented actual changes in brain development linked to excessive screen time. Perhaps most alarming is the decrease in gray matter affecting crucial functions like decision-making and impulse control. What's fascinating is how different generations experience and perceive brain rot. For Gen Alpha, born after 2010, this is their native digital language. They're not just consuming this content, they're creating it, living it, breathing it. Gen Z shows what experts call a cheeky self-awareness, simultaneously creating and criticizing the very content they consume. Meanwhile, millennials and Gen X parents find themselves increasingly confused, keeping Google handy just to decode their children's conversations. The effects on children are particularly concerning. Clinical studies have shown measurable changes in behavior related to screen time. When screen time is reduced, there's a measurable decrease in total difficulty score by -1.67, along with notable improvements in prosocial behavior. Children exhibit severe withdrawal symptoms, including tantrums when devices are removed, and studies consistently show significant impacts on emotional symptoms and peer problems. But let's pause for a moment. Is this just another moral panic about new technology? Professor Andrew Pshabilsky from Oxford University presents a compelling counter-argument, stating that there's no evidence of brain rot actually being a thing. He suggests we might be witnessing our collective anxieties about the digital world rather than actual cognitive decline. After all, similar fears emerged when television replaced radio, and somehow, civilization persisted. The good news? Brain rot isn't a permanent condition. Mental health experts recommend following the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break and look at something 20 feet away. Physical exercise has proven crucial, activating beneficial brain genes. The Mind diet, rich in colorful fruits, vegetables, berries, fatty fish, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, has shown promising results in improving cognitive function. Recovery timelines vary, but most people notice enhanced focus and better sleep within 1 to 2 weeks of implementing these changes. Significant cognitive improvements typically emerge after 3 to 6 months of consistent practice. This includes participating in cognitive stimulation therapy, engaging in group exercises, word games, puzzles, and practical activities like baking or gardening. As Casper Grathwohl, president of Oxford Languages, notes, the selection of BrainRot as Word of the Year reflects our society's growing preoccupation with how our virtual lives are evolving. Following previous winners like Goblin Mode 2022 and Riz 2023, it continues a pattern of words that capture the profound impact of internet culture on our identity and communication. So here we stand, at the intersection of Thoreau's 1854 warning and our modern digital reality. The question isn't just whether brain rot exists, but how we can maintain our cognitive vitality in an age of endless digital stimulation. As we continue to navigate this brave new world, perhaps the real challenge is finding balance between consumption and creation, between digital and analog, between convenience and consciousness. What's your experience with brain rot? Ever found yourself at 3 a.m. watching top 5 satisfying videos and thinking, yes, this is essential research? Drop your brain rot confessions in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more deep dives into our digital age dilemmas. And hey, maybe try touching some grass once in a while. Your brain will thank you later.